just want to start off by saying the amount of love that I received on my last video was unbelievable. I think it is because of you guys that I'm sitting in front of the camera again so soon, because you literally pulled me out of that rut that I was in. And I just want to thank every single one of you guys. I read every single comment. I tried my best to heart every single comment because I needed so much love that day. You guys did just that. It definitely made a difference in my mood. Although I would have loved to hug every single one of you guys, the words of encouragement were just unbelievable. I'm super thankful, and I just want to say thank you so much. If nothing else, just thank you, because you don't have to be here. You don't have to show up for me, but you guys did. In a time that was really hard for me, in a time when I couldn't get to anybody. So thank you so much. Just wanted to come back on here and give you guys an update. I wanted to initially do a healing journey series for you guys, more so for me. I know that through my journey, I'm helping someone else. I don't really have it all planned out. I want it to come organically. So today I just wanted to tell you guys and talk to you guys and let you guys know where I am today, how I'm feeling. The last video you guys saw me, it was a bit difficult, I'm sure, for most of you guys to see me in that place. But it's life, like I said, it's reality, and we go through different things at different times in our lives. And it was just so hard for me right then and there because it just happened. It's so fresh. The feelings are so real. I'm the type of person that has to go through the notions and the emotions, like, for me. But one thing I love about myself, and I'm so grateful, is that I don't stay where you guys saw me. That day I literally felt and I cried and I cried, trying to get my thoughts together. And that day I couldn't. I took that day to just feel, cry, feel, stop crying, try to eat something because I didn't want to get myself sicker than I already felt. But I felt that day, and I needed to get it out. Sometimes we just have so much pent up inside of us, and we think that we got this. After a while, you just gotta release it. You're gonna have to put those emotions somewhere. You're gonna have to do something with them. And for me, it's so much easier to cry. That's a way for me to release myself. I didn't even want to see a pen. I didn't want to see a journal. I didn't want to talk to anybody. Honestly, I just needed time to feel. Something that I never really do. Something that I always suppress, push past, throw behind me, put off for tomorrow because I'm always showing up for everybody else. And that day I chose to feel. And honestly, I think I cried enough for the whole freaking year, the rest of the year, and it's okay. I do want to do another part to this because as I was going through the different feelings, and I know some of you guys may understand where I was coming from. Some of you guys are probably new, not understanding like my whole backstory. That's the reason why I wanted to give you guys another part of this. But when I feel like I'm ready, I was going to just let it all out that day. But I'm learning as an adult now that sometimes when you're going through something right then and there, sometimes our emotions will get the best of us, and sometimes, just sometimes, anger, which has always been my favorite emotion, sometimes we say things that we may not mean. It comes out wrong. It offends. It disrespects people. And I'm looking for the right way to explain or release any of this that I've been going through in my life in a proper manner. The old shells, not Michelle, shells. The younger version of me would have not given two you-know-whats, and I would have just said whatever I needed to say, didn't care who I offended, but it just comes out acting off of impulse. I'm realizing that sometimes that's just not the right way to do things. I wanted to take a few days to figure out the situation, assess the situation, and make sure that this is something that I know I'm going to do. This is going to be what it is. This is the final answer. This is my choice. No longer will I make hasty decisions because I'm angry or because I'm sad. I have to take my time. Once my emotions are okay and I have simmered down, then my brain is able to function. But when you're in the midst of any type of storm and you are going through it, you're not really thinking. That can allow you to either go into a darker place or make bad decisions. My ginger tea is so good. It just be helping me all over. The gut, the mind, just everything. How am I feeling today? I'm feeling better. I feel better today because I released everything. I'm trying to get this situation to a place where everybody's happy and it's not just a one-sided thing. There's not a selfish bone in my body. I'm very selfless, as you guys may have learned by now if you've been watching me. I put people before me. So instead of me just doing that in this situation, I want to make sure that my feelings are accommodated as well as the other party's feelings are accommodated so that everybody, including the children, are comfortable. Whenever you're in a relationship or things don't work out with somebody, it's always negativity. And I'm tired of that. I've been around negativity my whole life. I'm pretty sure you guys have been around people, places, things that were very negative for you, for your mind, that weren't so helpful to help you to grow and excel. I know now that there's a different way to handle things. I think that being negative is the easiest thing in the world instead of being positive. It's like you don't have to put much effort into being negative, especially when it's like you have a lot of stuff with it inside of you. You know, you come with a lot of anger. You've been through a lot of stuff. So it's just like, been doing that and seeing that for so long, it's just like second nature to just do and handle things the way you've seen people do it or whatever you've been around. But I don't want to be that way when it comes to handling situations because I have children. So however I act and conduct myself, they're still watching me. I don't want to teach them that if things don't work out, that this is how you need to be. This is how you need to talk. This is how you need to speak. I'm trying to be different. I'll be honest, there were times that I was doing things and I seen myself acting a certain way in front of my kids and I wasn't proud because I looked at their faces and I seen that they seen that I was upset, which upset them, and I don't ever want my kids to feel upset. My kids are gonna get upset at me regardless, but it starts to affect them mentally. That's where there's a hole. Like, I need to be mindful. I don't want to say too much because in the next video you will understand. I'm still understanding the reason why, like I said, the reason why I allowed so many different things. I accepted so many different things. It's just a lot. And I know that you can relate. I know that somebody can relate because relationships are not easy. Whether it's intimate, whether it's a friendship, whether it's with family, people have different personalities. People see things differently. People grew up differently. So it's about compromise and it's about understanding. Proper communication, respectful communication. Because anybody can talk, two people can talk, but if you're not being respectful, then you can't conversate. Having boundaries. Without those, you can't and you won't have a successful relationship. Like, where's the cutoff here? Like, when do you say enough is enough and you're just like, that's it? You're not getting better. I would prefer things would even to stay like, at least, you know, the same. When things start to get worse and, you know, anything that's hurting you is not helping you. You know what I mean? Anything that's affecting you on a day-to-day where you just lose, your focus is not there, your appetite is being interrupted. Certain things you just know when the relationship has died out and the relationship has ran its course. I believe that everything is temporary. Everything is temporary, no matter what. I mean, I've seen people in relationships for way more years than I have ever been in, and you know, things just didn't work out. And it's very shocking to some people when, you know, you see people and you fall in love with the relationship. You think that, you know, everything is so perfect. You almost idolize love because love is such a beautiful thing, but you don't always know what's going on behind closed doors. Some of you guys have been rocking with me since the couples channel. So you have seen me put my relationship out there on Front Street. Hence why I'm not ashamed, or hence why I'm not hesitant to talk about this, because I've already brought my relationship to the internet. One thing's for sure, two things for certain. Nothing is permanent. Nothing's guaranteed. There's many people, celebrities. It's just life, you know? Sometimes people outgrow each other and there's nothing that you can do about it. There's nothing that you can do but try to move on and try to heal. And I think that the best thing anybody can do when going through a breakup, a divorce, or any type of, you know, combative situation, allow yourself time to feel, allow yourself time to grow, to strengthen yourself again before trying to move on to something else. It takes a while. When you invest time in anybody, I don't care if it's a year, 365 days is a lot to be with somebody every single day and, you know, doing things with them and sharing certain things with them. You then start to build an attachment with them. So, you know, I've been in a situation with someone for over a decade. It's not gonna be a 1, 2, 3, you know, this is easy for me. I'd be lying if I said I didn't care. I'd be lying if I said this didn't take a toll on me in some sense because of all of the things that led up to here. I think for me, it's just being surprised at certain things, you know, certain things in certain ways people show you is shocking. And I mean, like I said, there's things probably about me that was shocking too. It doesn't mean that it doesn't hurt. It doesn't mean that it doesn't leave you in a place like, damn. Like, we done been through the storm, we done been through the highs and lows, and this is the end result. It don't have to go like this, but here we are. And the same way you get involved with somebody and things are, you know, cool in the beginning, it's the same way if things don't work out, it should be cool at the end of the day because that's what adults do. But I guess when people still hold on to anger, resentment, you know, you don't forgive somebody, you have to learn to forgive. Once you forgive the person, then you can move on. But if you can't forgive somebody who has hurt you, that means you still have some things that you have to, you know, work through. When two people are angry, it's just not gonna, you can't, cooler heads can't prevail when there's anger involved. You have to give yourself time, give yourself space, and there's no time limit, honestly, to healing. I don't think there's any time limit where you should say, you know what, tomorrow I'm gonna feel better. You can work towards it, but healing is a whole process. It's not just wake up and I'm good. It's literally layers. There's levels. And I'm realizing that there's a lot of things about me that I need to strengthen and tighten up. Because this heart is a little too nice. It's too big. It's too giving. And sometimes I forget to set up those boundaries and put me first and what I'll allow and what I won't allow. You know what I mean? Having those boundaries and really sticking to it is my issue. Everything is a lesson. Now I'm just trying to keep pushing. I know I'm gonna have days where I don't want to. I know I'm gonna have days where I feel so good. It's just a part of life. You know what I mean? But I'm making sure to always tap in with myself. Tap in with myself and never forget about myself. And remember who I am. Anything that I've lost, I need to report that back in. And it's gonna take some time. Sometimes we pick up bad habits in relationships. You know, we have to unlearn those bad habits so that we can find ourselves again. I'm gonna do another video so you guys can get a better understanding without putting too much out there, but y'all know me, I'm real. And I don't think that I'm too good to put anything out on the internet. Y'all see me at my best times of my life, you see me at my lowest times, and the only difference between me and you is that I'm documenting it for somebody else, you know? And I think that's a beautiful thing that I'm so courageous enough to get on here to open up and be vulnerable because not many people can do that. And that's okay. Some people are just private. This is a healing for me. This is therapeutic for me to let it out. And also to let somebody else, you know, to help somebody else who's probably been in a similar situation. We're on a road to healing. We're on a road to healing and doing better and to love ourselves better. Learning how to be by myself is going to be my number one goal for this year because I don't remember what it feels like to be by myself. It's very uncomfortable. I think it'll allow me, it'll teach me, it'll strengthen me to love myself first, fully, so that I don't feel like I need to have somebody with me to be happy. I don't want to feel like I need somebody to make me feel comfortable or complete. I want to already be that way so that when I meet someone, they just add me to it. You know what I mean? I'm not looking for them to give me that. That way I will be accepting and tolerating certain things because I feel like I need to have somebody there. And thank you so much for all the love. I love you guys so much. You're going through a difficult situation right now. I say, give it to God. I've been talking to God and I feel like prayer does change things with you guys praying for me and just giving it to God. I think that things have felt lighter because, you know, He is the one who's gonna make it right. He is going to combat all my issues if I give it to Him and I leave it there. It's gonna get better. The way I was feeling the last couple of days, it didn't feel like it was gonna get better, but here I am a few days later and feeling much better. Simply Michelle.